What's up, YouTube? Pretty excited. I did my test for my full motorcycle license. In Ontario, we have things called M1, your written test, M2, which is your first actual road test, and then you have your M license, which is your final road test. Your M1, you're only allowed to have it for like 60 days. Your M2, you can have it for like 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. I think it's 5 years in total, from the beginning of your M1 to the end of your M2, and you have to go for your M license or your license expires. I milked it for a long time, and I just rode my M2. I didn't give a shit. I had enough riding experience that my insurance wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy at all. It's pretty normal. But now I don't have to worry about that shit. I don't have to worry about no more tests, no more nothing. I should have done it fucking years ago, just to get it out of the way. I do have a buddy that every year he just redoes his M1 and just rides it for the summer. Probably pays out of the ass for insurance, because as far as they're concerned, he's a new rider and doesn't have continuous insurance year round like I do. My bike's insured year round all the time, even though I can only ride it in the summer and spring. Yeah, he redoes it. Every year he does his M1. Fuck that shit. I'd rather just, do what I did. Got my M, now I never have to worry about it. It really wasn't that hard. My biggest advice is when you're coming to a double lane section of the road, like we're coming to up here, make sure you check your blind spots, check your mirrors, check your blind spot, put your blinker on, check your blind spot again. Use your blinkers, are cool. And then they're and when you're in a double lane like this, 2 lanes, this is the proper blocking section right here, the right tire track. This is for 2 lanes. This is the proper blocking path. You can ride over in the left, but they want to see you in the right. Just like if it's a single lane, like how it's ending up here, the proper blocking position is the left tire track. Just keep that in mind. And of course, every intersection you go through, every parking lot you go through, make sure you exaggerate your head looks back and forth, left and right. Always check your mirrors, make sure they see in that shit. You want to make sure that they can see all your head movements. And don't go leaning into corners. The whole time I did my test, I only did one thing wrong, and that was when I was taking a left-hand turn at an intersection. Returning back to a lane on the other side after completing my left-hand turn, I wasn't in the proper blocking position in my lane. I think I did my left-hand turn, and then when I completed it, I kind of was more in the center of the lane instead of more on the left. So that part I got nicked, but that was the only thing I did wrong. Everything else is fine. If you want to know a roadside stop or stop on a hill, or whether down a hill or up a hill, I'm gonna post that the link in the description. You guys can watch that. But always make sure you check your blind spots, especially making right-hand turns, just in case there's somebody walking or jogging or a biker that comes up and you cut them off in the bike lane or whatever. Always check that shit. But they are, if you come to a double lane, a 2-lane road where 2 lanes go in the same direction, they're gonna get you to do a lane change from left and you want to go into the left lane, ride in the right tire track, and then they're going to get you pulled back over into the right lane, and you're going to stay in the left tire track of a car. Does that make sense? Because I asked him when I had done, you know, if there was anything he thought, even if it wasn't marked on the sheet, if there was anything he thought I needed to work on. He said, no, just be aware of your lane position, that's it, after you take a turn. Everything else is gravy. I kept my bike the whole time. I kept it around 5,000 RPMs. I didn't get too much higher. I didn't want to get nicked for over revving. And another thing you don't want to do, you don't want to be caught shifting around a corner, shifting in an intersection. Time that shit so as soon as you come out of the corner or taking your turn, then you can shift. Or make your adjustments just before the corner, but do not shift in a corner. Make sure your right foot's on the brake and your left foot goes down. Sometimes I have a habit of putting my right foot down and keep my left foot up. Don't do that. They don't want to see that shit. That's my advice on that. And just remember, always look around. Just constantly be looking around, everything. As you think when you're riding a motorcycle, I look around all the time. Not enough for them. I thought for sure they were going to call me out on it, because apparently they call everybody out. It's never too much. You'll never hear instructors to say, you know what, you're paying attention too much to your surroundings and everything around you. Don't do that so much. Close your eyes every once in a while. You're never going to hear them say that. So always look around, check your mirrors, make sure they notice you checking your mirrors. And smooth gear shifts. Don't worry about losing them. If you lose them through a yellow light, don't worry about them. That's their problem. They'll probably just have you pull over and wait for them. Not a big deal. And if you are going into an intersection and taking a left-hand turn, remember, only one vehicle is allowed to wait in the intersection and turn at a time. So if there's a car in front of you, stay behind that white line. If you're in the intersection waiting to turn left, your instructor is going to be behind you, behind the white line. So if it turns yellow, don't worry, just fucking go. It's not your job to make sure he keeps up with you. It's your job to ride safe and ride properly. If he gets caught behind an intersection, he'll wait, or he'll probably just get you to pull over, tell you in the earpiece to pull over, and boom, done. Once he comes around, then you just continue on. So they're going to make you do a left-hand turn, a right-hand turn, a roadside stop. They're going to make you switch from the left lane, or from the right lane into the left lane, and from the left lane into the right lane. They may take you on roundabouts if you have roundabouts. My M2, anyway, when I did do that, going for my beginner's license to the M2, it was snowing, beginning of April. It started off raining, I think it was, and then it started snowing, or the other way around, I don't remember. It was a while ago now, but yeah, I'll never forget that shit. Because the instructors were like, you know, don't worry about it, just ride safe, just be extra cautious. If you can ride in this, you can ride in anything. Welcome to Canada. That was interesting. I did take a rider's training course. It did save me a little bit on insurance, and a lot of insurance companies won't even insure people on super sport bikes without the course. You might be able to get like a little bike or something, but a lot of companies now are starting to go that route because there's just too many people accidents. Like, it's a fucking epidemic. What's up, buddy? It's a goddamn epidemic up here right now. Way too many accidents. Anyways, that's all I got to say about my test. I'm pretty excited. I'm very happy I got it. I'm sure a lot of you guys might not give a fuck, but you may, some of the little tips of what they do during the test may come in handy. And don't forget to check the description. I'll have the links of what I mentioned before, how I have in the video, parking up a hill, down a hill, and the roadside stop. I'm going to post that in the link below, or in the description below, sorry. And you guys take it easy, ride safe. Try not to be complete assholes on the road. I know sometimes it looks like I am, and I am. I can be that guy. But you guys ride safe. Take care. Peace.